Hi, this is Mahesh from MyStampGarden. Thank you so much for stopping by. Today's 3 cards, we are going to use the stamp set Gift of Love. This is the hostess set. You can't buy it, but you can earn it. We are going to use Pacific Point as our base card for card 1. All the measurements for the products, all the measurements and the products which are used are below in the YouTube description. And the next layer is Very Vanilla. And then the next one is Crumb Cake. And we need some scrap piece of Very Vanilla to stamp our image and sentiment. Okay, let's get started now. I'm just going to use my Versafine Black Onyx ink with some Wink of Stella clear brush and Stampin'Up blender pen. Going to use my ink Pacific Point and Emerald Envy and some Tombow multipurpose glue with some stamping dimensional as well. First, I'm just getting my stamp. We are going to use this image. As this is photopolymer, we need something underneath. I'm just using my mouse pad. You can use some books or anything else. The first thing, I'm just getting the scrap piece of Very Vanilla and stamping my image in Versafine Black Onyx ink. And I used my clear embossing powder. Just get my heat gun to emboss it. Once it's done, do the same with sentiment for you as well. You can see the close look, how the embossing powder is melting and gives a very dark shade to the flower. I love this effect. Once it's done, do the same with the sentiment for you as well. And I just trim the paper according to my need. I'll just give the measurements once I trimmed it. Now I'm just getting my blender pen and my Pacific Point ink. I don't want to color the flower fully because I want the Very Vanilla around the flower as well. So I'm just coloring only like a shade. After coloring the flower, I just use Emerald Envy to color my leaf and get your scissor to trim the flower. Now I'm just adding my retired candy dots using fine tip glue pen, and at last using my Wink of Stella clear brush to add shimmer to my flower and my sentiment. Finally, using my Ranger enamel accents, the black one, to add some dimensional to my flower in the center. Now card 1 is finished, and for card number 2, we are going to use the base card Whisper White. All the measurements for the card is below the YouTube description, or you can look at the screen. We need 2 pieces of Night of Navy cardstock, and then another big piece of Night of Navy, and then one more piece of Melon Mambo, and another layering of Whisper White cardstock, and scrap piece of Whisper White to stamp our image. Okay, let's get started now. First, I'm just getting the layering white card. I'm going to stamp the sentiment. Your heart and my heart are very old friends. To save time, I already stamped the sentiment using the same VersaFine black onyx ink. And then the next step, I just stamped the image and I applied clear embossing powder and I emboss it, which I did in card number 1. The same procedure. You can see the dark shade of the black here with raised edges. And then now I'm just going to color the flower using Night of Navy ink and the leaves using Wild Wasabi. Using my blender pen. I'm just shading the outline. I want my inside to be white a little bit. I don't want to color it fully. Okay, now once I color, I just take my scissor to cut the flowers into 2 pieces. So the bottom part is one piece and the top one is another one. This way. I'm just going to cut my flower like this and trim the flower. Just using my scissor. And I'm going to apply my stamping dimension on the back side and stick to the card. Once it's done, now just cut the excess using your scissor. Trim off the excess. Now I'm just getting my same black enamel accents I used in card number 1. Now just keep that piece aside. We are going to stick all of them. Just a Night of Navy with Melon Mambo and then 2 pieces on the sides. Just like this. Stick on both the ends. And stick to your base Whisper White cardstock. Once it's done, just get your Whisper White and stick to the card. Now card 2 is ready. For card number 3, we are going to use the crushed curry as our base card. And the next layer, Whisper White, the bigger piece, and then we need one more small piece of Whisper White as well. I'm going to stamp my image in Memento Texture black ink on the small piece of Whisper White cardstock. We need a sticky note. I already stamped one and cut the flower using my scissor. Just keep that piece aside. Now we are going to use the same stamp set. Just stamping using my Memento Texture black ink. In the next layer, just do the masking technique. Yep, once it's done, I am using my real red and crushed curry to color my flower, and for the leaf I'm going to use Wild Wasabi. Now card 3 is finished. These 3 are today's 3 cards. Hope you enjoyed today's video. See you soon. Until then, bye from Mahes. See you, bye.